Most of the construction work was carried out by local contractors, 50% by Retzer Engineering Agency and 50% by BES. Earthwork, including excavations and embankments, amounted to 96 million cubic meters. To handle such a mass, earth moving was performed by truck and motor scraper teams using 12-ton trucks, Caterpillar 977, 950, and 988 loaders, and Euclid S28, Wabco 229G, and 222G motor scrapers. The capacity of the S28 is 28 cubic yards, while the Wabco 222G and 229G can handle 20 cubic yards. In the south, where the freeway runs across rich plains, about 18 million cubic meters of embankment material was transported from either nearby riverbeds or from desert hills, 4 to 16 kilometers away from the freeway. The Taiwan Sugar Company's railroad cars were found useful in transporting the fill material. Compaction work is essential in building a good road. Sheepfoot rollers such as the Caterpillar 825 were used for cohesive fill materials. And vibrating rollers such as the Bomag 200 and the Dynapac CH47 and CA25 were used for incohesive materials. Rubber-tired rollers were also used occasionally. The compaction requirement was for a maximum density of 90% for all embankments except for the top 30 centimeters, which required a maximum compaction density of 95%. For the top 30 centimeter subgrade, material with higher CBR was specified. In checking compaction quality, the sand replacement method was used, while a radiant density indicator was occasionally made. In an area having soft clay, sand drain piles with sand blankets were used to accelerate the consolidation process and avoid excessive roadway settlement once the freeway was open to traffic. On slope sides, where the groundwater level was high, permeable sub-drain pipes were installed. The progress was not always smooth. Frequent rainstorms often interrupted the construction work. A clever solution to the problem was to cover the construction area with sheets of polyethylene vinyl before it rained. A total of 260,000 meters of pipe culvert was laid under the freeway. The pipe segments were carefully placed piece by piece. and backfilled with either Tamper or Dynapac CG11. Trimmed side slopes were treated either with grassing or other material such as riprap, crib wall grillage, shotcrete, or rock anchor. To provide over 2 million cubic meters of high-quality concrete, more than 30 auto-controlled batching plants were installed along the freeway route. The 349 bridges along the freeway have a total deck area of over 1 million square meters. 5 bridges exceed 1,000 meters in length. The longest one is 2.345 meters. 2 bridges are of cantilever box girder type with a single span of more than 150 meters. The foundations of these bridges are supported either by open caissons or by various kinds of piles, such as RC piles, reverse circulation piles, or pre-stressed piles. All the decks are pre-stressed girders, either precast or cast in place. All the precast girders are post-tensioned by the Fresnet method, while the cast in place girders are post-tensioned by the BBRV method. Over 20 rock crushing plants were set up. Each plant had an average capacity of 1,000 cubic meters per day. The design thickness of the subbase was 20 centimeters, and the compacted field density must be at least 95% of the maximum dry density. Altogether, more than 15 asphalt plants were used during the construction. Most of them were Barber Green, with a capacity of 120 tons per hour. The total thickness of the asphalt concrete, including the bituminous treated base course and dense grade, was 30 centimeters, paved by layers and compacted to 98% of the density determined in the laboratory. The smoothness tolerance of the dense-grade asphalt concrete was kept within 0.3 millimeters per 3 meters along the straight edge. This was done by using a Barber Green SA41 finisher with auto-grade control string line. For compacting the asphalt concrete, 3-wheel rollers were used for breakdown rolling, while rubber-tired rollers and 2-wheel rollers were used for successive rolling. It's a good practice to operate 2 finishers simultaneously, not only to save time, but to reduce cold joints. In its northern section, the freeway was also topped with 1.5 centimeters of open-grade asphalt concrete to serve as an abrasive layer. Asphalt concrete curbs were also installed. October 31st, 1978, marked a significant day as the freeway was opened to traffic. By the end of 1979, traffic volume on the freeway had increased by 100%. Daily traffic flow on the northern end near Taipei has now reached 50,000 vehicles, while in the southern end near Kaohsiung, the daily traffic flow is now 40,000 vehicles. The North-South Freeway is one of the many important infrastructure development projects launched by the government of the Republic of China to improve its transportation network. The timely completion of this freeway has relieved traffic congestion on the island by cutting down the traffic time between the northern port of Keelung and the southern port of Kaohsiung from 10 hours to a mere 5 hours. This freeway will contribute to the further economic development of the Republic of China.